It's a journey.
All right, boys. We're live. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. So we start every podcast. Well, introduce yourself first. Who are you? And just tell everyone about yourself.
My name's Andrew Fischer.
Should I get the mic a little closer? Sorry.
You're good. Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. My name's Andrew Fischer. I'm a freshman here at Duke. I'm on the baseball team. And I'm undecided on what I want to major in here, but I'm excited for the journey.
Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, dirty Jersey.
The best. Best state.
Yeah, I'm right along the shore from Wall Township, Manasquan area.
Okay.
Like Point Pleasant. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yeah, I just kind of know New Jersey. We're both from Indiana, and so yeah, it's just like there's the Philadelphia part and then the New York City part. That's what I've gathered so far.
Got it.
He's more the New York City part in comparison to me, but
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so we start everything by asking for your peaks and pits of the week, which I'll explain what that is. So a peak is just like the best thing that's happened to you this week, and a pit is just like your worst moment of the week so far.
Peak of the week. I don't know. I would say let's start with the pit. I think the pit has been this storm coming through, kind of ruined the past few days,
Oh
yeah,
for sure.
but still kind of making the most of it. Pit of the week. I'm going through a little bit with my peak of the week. My back is like a little messed up, so this week I got a little bit more clearance on like some exercise I can do now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like lower back?
lower back.
It's always what
The worst.
Yeah.
always
The worst.
Do you guys like rehab in the where do we live? What's that building called? With
I don't
like
know.
Great question.
like where do you guys work out, and like do you go to like the hot bath and cold bath room?
Yep.
Like so you guys do go there?
Afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you do for your back there? Like do you do cupping or like massages or
Yeah,
anything?
they'll cup, they'll do soft tissue work, they'll do really anything. It's a lot of physical therapy work. So, I mean, nothing in particular that's like consistent. It's more based on like how I'm feeling that day when I walk in.
All right.
That's something.
Sometimes they'll do stim.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they did that.
Didn't they do that for your knee, Nick?
Yeah, it's like the little electrical thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've yet to like really spend some time in there. I just don't have time in my schedule.
I try to go there as often as possible.
I think the hot tub, cold tub is very beneficial.
Oh,
It's just nice. It's nice to have.
That cold tub is
that
a
cold tub is-
mental battle.
That is not nice.
it's cold.
That's what it's for, though.
What do you guys usually do? Like, how many minutes in the cold, then the hot?
So I usually go 3 in the cold, 2 in the hot, and then do that for like 3 cycles.
So,
See, but I don't want to go in the hot because once I'm in the cold, I know if I get out and I go back in, it's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, it's a mental battle
Yeah.
every day. But
they advise us to go 2 minutes in the cold, 4 in the hot.
really,
Yeah.
I like that advice.
They
That's
say-
advice I can live by.
They say 2 in the cold, 4 in the hot, and 4 rounds of it.
4 rounds,
Finishing cold.
finishing cold. Yeah, I always usually try to finish in cold. It sucks, but I think that's better for you if you naturally let your body heat up afterwards. I'm not a
Not a
completely
scientist,
sure.
but
Yeah, but that's a rumor.
allegedly.
All right. This next section, we're going to ask you some sports trivia. You're a self-proclaimed Yankees fan, so we're going to put that to the test. Our 6th question is pending. So what should we do? We do 5 out of 6? If it's 5 out of 6, we'll...
We'll do 4.
All right. If you get 4 out of 6, we'll do the hot sauce with you at the end, all right?
All right.
So question number 1. How many World Series have the Yankees won?
27.
Oh, that
He is a
that was
Yankees fan.
gimme. That
Yeah.
was a
All right.
gimme.
Question number 2, and this could cause some problems. What college did your coach, Chris Pollard, go to?
Oh,
Someone's not making varsity this year.
I'm stumped on that, actually. I'm not entirely sure. You have it there?
Yeah, I do.
Where'd
Never
he go?
say it? Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Yep.
yeah. Did you ever hear that before?
No.
And we should have went to Duke. That was his fault. How many ACC championships has Duke baseball won?
Duke baseball won their first ACC championship in 2019. Or is that false?
That is false.
False. How many did they
They
have?
did win one in 2019, but they've won 3.
3.
And the first 2 were a while ago. But yeah. And then this one I had no idea. This is another Yankees-related question. What is the name of the Yankees mascot? He's a weird-looking dude.
I'm not. I didn't
The
even know the
Yankees
Yankees had a
I
mascot.
don't. Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Isn't their mascot just just has a big baseball head?
Yeah, it's like a big baseball, and it has like some ginger, like like a mustache, like a goatee.
Let me see this.
I got you. Hold on.
I gotta see it.
If you could guess it off the picture.
Yeah, we'll still give it to you if it doesn't say it.
Yes, it doesn't even exist.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, it does. It's right there.
Is this still used today?
Okay, well, all right. We'll exclude this question, but this is the Yankees mascot.
Oh, that doesn't count. Come on. That doesn't count. That's from like 1940.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
This thing looks like
All
a guy
right.
retired.
Look at some of these pictures. Look at that one.
Jeez.
All right. So this next question, there are hints around the room. What year? If you could answer either, what was the first name of Duke University, or what year was Duke University founded?
If you answer both, we'll give you a bonus.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh.
1838.
That's a good one.
Correct. That is the correct answer. So we'll do the hot sauce with you.
Well, do you know the first name of Duke?
First name of Duke. I don't.
Trinity College.
Trinity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely knew it. You just forgot because they told us that like 50 million times or no week. But
Yeah, and then half people in Pratt, half people in actually, I feel like most people are in Trinity.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's definitely not half and half.
And then Pratt is just the engineering students.
Which a lot of them are leaving this semester. Almost everybody from Pratt I've talked to is leaving Pratt,
Really?
except for like 4 or 5 kids.
Because, dude, there's more. You have to take 38 credits, I think. So it's like an extra semester, basically.
Also, no language though. They don't have to
Oh.
take those 3 semesters.
That's nice. Dude, I'm not looking forward to language class.
Dude, neither am I. Neither am I. It's been
no.
2 years now since I've taken a language. It's looking kind of rough.
What was your language? Was it Italian?
Oh, dude, of course it was Italian. What do you mean?
Italian.
His
Is that
native
even a
tongue.
question? Oh, yeah, of course. It had to be Italian. You think I could take Spanish?
You're going to take that here?
French?
Oh, yeah. Would your mom let you back home if you took
No.
Spanish?
Oh, absolutely not.
Are you going to take Italian here?
Oh, yeah.
Andrew, what's your favorite kind of pasta?
Oh.
Oh, this is the question I need to hear.
This should be on the hot part one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that.
No.
I guess
hear
just
it now.
penne pasta. Very plain.
So didn't someone say pizza on our
Yes,
yes, they did.
Pizza on our poll.
criminal? It shouldn't be okay.
Despicable.
All right, so for this, have you tried most of the food places here on campus?
I'm a pretty picky eater, so no, not really. I eat at Sazone. I'll get like a chicken quesadilla there. And then I'll eat at the breakfast spot. What's
The skillet?
Skillet.
Yeah, Skillet. I'll eat at Skillet.
2 go-tos?
Two go-tos. I mean, sometimes the baseball boys will get me going to Kraft, but
All right, so we'll just do it with the ones you've had, I guess. And Marketplace is in here too. You've been to Marketplace?
yeah. But again, pretty picky eater. I usually just stick with the omelets.
Just the omelets?
Yeah, for
Or go to
breakfast.
Durham Market? Oh, that's the go-to one.
It is good. So we have here is a little tier list. All you have to do is just click on that, and the pictures of the food places will pop up. So just do the ones you've had so far, and you can't do worse than Barstool. Their list was
Their
atrocious.
list was atrocious.
So
God-awful list.
yeah, whatever number you click on is what it'll be. So just get a rough idea first by looking at the restaurants.
So SABCD. What's that?
That's like
Just like the
S is
tier.
very top.
That's the
A.
best.
Yeah,
S is
S
above
tier.
A.
and the farther you go down, the worse it is.
Got it. Is Sazone on here? Here it
It
is.
should be, yeah.
That's my go-to.
Suzanne's number one. Suzanne's pretty good.
I've said some not great things about Saison on
As
this
have I.
podcast.
As
so
have
far.
I.
I like Skillet.
I haven't been to Skillet yet. That's in Woo.
Yeah, it's like not in the main little block thing. Just off
It's
to the
like
side.
you walk in. There's Il Forno there
Mm-hmm.
to the left.
Okay. I haven't had a Forno yet either.
I'm thinking Devil's Craft is definitely
Yeah.
third. That's solid.
Yeah.
I just like being down there.
Oh, yeah, the atmosphere.
Yeah, they got all the TVs down there too.
They got it.
I'm gonna go Il Forno. Right, that's how you say it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gaetano
Shout
would
out-
correct you if you did.
Shout out the guy who works there, Speedy.
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 Dude, he
Speedy's
goes
a dog.
crazy.
I don't know Pitchfork.
Yeah, I've never been. It's
I haven't been there either.
It's over by Eden's, right?
Yeah,
Which is like the sophomore living area.
yeah. Been there once.
Yeah, have you?
It's good.
I'm actually going Panera next.
Panera's
Dude,
good.
Panera slept on. People don't give Panera enough
Oh.
credit, in my opinion.
I think the mac
I
and
think
cheese is
'cause
awesome there.
It's like it's the name. It's the name brand. Like
True.
People shit.
it'll
on
be
it.
consistent.
But the mac and cheese is good.
Yeah.
Also, this is off top, but Noodles mac and cheese, Noodles and Company mac and cheese, also very good.
Never had.
What's
noodles.
the pasta place that's right there next to?
Il Forno?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's also Il Forno.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
all-
it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that whole thing. It's like the pizza, the pasta.
Got it. I think JB's roast is last.
Last. That's controversial.
Well, I mean, there was plenty more still to choose from. I'm
That's
saying
true.
last on my list.
Okay. All right. Let's see the list. So, number 1, we have Saison, as he said. The man is a big Saison guy. Quinn, fix your shit. Number 2,
Barstool, dude.
got the Skillet. Which, have you guys been to the Skillet?
I've not yet.
I've been
Maybe
to
I'll go
Skillet
after
once.
this.
What do you get from the Skillet?
You can get anything. I mean, I usually go with the breakfast blue plate. I get like tater tots,
Ooh.
scrambled eggs, bacon, a biscuit, and then I'll get like chocolate chip pancakes.
Comparing the eggs from Skillet to Marketplace, which one would you say is better?
Skillet eggs are better, but the omelets on East are
Those,
I
those
think
can't
are
be
better.
beat. Those can't
The
be.
omelets are
There's a reason
good.
that line is long
Yes.
because it's good.
And when they have French toast there too.
Don't
Over
get
on
me
the
The
east.
cinnamon raisin French toast.
Dude,
Oh, it's good.
I could do
Yeah.
terrible things to that French toast.
I love the vibe there, but I haven't actually gotten food from Devil's Craft House yet.
It's like really
Just
solid
burgers and stuff?
Just normal bar food.
American bar food.
Sounds good. And then El Forno, which I think I agree with that being a C tier. It's like everything's okay, but there's nothing that's like revolutionary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not gonna rock your world.
It's my D tier.
Then Panera, D, and Chops is at the bottom. Pretty good list.
I love me some chop stuff.
Oh yeah.
Except
I feel
it's
like
so damn expensive.
yeah, everything's way overpriced.
Dude, like 10 ounces of, you get 2 sides and 10 ounces of brisket for $23. It's like,
10 ounces ain't bad though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nah, it's a hole in the pocket.
yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to rob us. I already paid tuition. I don't need to get robbed twice.
It's true.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's expensive. But the move, I've been saying this every time I think on here. The move's to go back over to East for lunch. And if you don't eat breakfast, it's only $2 for lunch.
See, that's a great idea because Gotaku, it's $11 on West. You go back to East, they still have the sushi things from Gotaku, but it's like $5 now because of equivalency.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. I
Gotta
need to
make
take
money
advantage of
moves
that.
out here.
So our next question is, obviously you're a baseball player, and that's what you do primarily, but what are some of your interests outside of baseball? Like, what do you like to do when you're not playing baseball?
When I'm not playing ball, let's see. I mean, I like to work out a lot. I mean, that kind of goes in with playing ball, but
Yeah, you guys are all juiced. Not literally juiced, but like you guys are all big. You guys are all big.
no, it's actually crazy back at home, like the amount of like kids in my
Is that the camera?
Yeah.
Here, just pop it back up there. All right, keep going. Sorry.
No, I was just saying the amount of kids in my area that play their sport at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back at home, I got friend groups of one friend group from my old school and one friend group from my new school. So I went to a different town public school for elementary, middle school, and then transferred for high school to another town.
What was the town of the first school? Because I know the second one.
Right, so I went to Manchester Township.
Okay.
That's where I lived. And then we actually moved to Wall.
Yeah, Wall High School is pretty legit athletically. Like I feel like most of their teams are pretty
Definitely.
insane.
I mean, I could probably, if you told me to list off Division I athletes that either went to Manchester or Wall Township, I could probably name you 15 people that were either my grade or the grade above, or even
Damn.
some kids in the grade below, maybe more, maybe 20, and like that's solid for a public school, you know. So like
Yeah.
Real solid.
for baseball alone, we had a good amount. I mean, football. I mean, baseball and football, our teams probably had maybe 10 combined in my grade. Some lacrosse players, like some really good athletes. So growing up, definitely lifting was like a big big thing for everyone. So we I would say that's where we all bonded a lot. So we all started to like really love working out. So a lot of my friends are like really strong, really big kids. So yeah, working out. I love to listen to music.
What's your go-to music? Artist, song?
It depends. I would say it depends on like what I'm doing, what the atmosphere is, like time
When
of day.
you're lifting,
Oh,
what are
yeah,
you
we'll
listening
go
to?
through all the situations.
Blasting
yeah.
Adele. Just kidding.
Yeah. No, Meek Mill is my go-to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like Meek. He's really solid. He's a Philly guy, right?
Yep. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Meek Mill and Rocky Balboa. Those are the go-to Philly guys.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, no. I mean, I like rock music when I'm working out as well. Like you could get into AC/DC or stuff like that, you
Like
know.
Metallica,
Metallica.
Black Sabbath.
I mean, I think there's a lot of different routes you can go when you're working out.
that's
But
true. That's true.
I'm trying to think. I guess maybe country would be second. After that,
Okay.
I like some country music. It's more like today's country, like the pop country.
Like what kind of, like
Um,
Morgan Wallen,
Morgan Wallen's good.
Zach Brown band.
Zach Brown band's
Zach
good.
Bryan?
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs is solid. Who'd you say?
Zach Bryan?
I don't know if I know any songs by him. What's his biggest song?
Biggest, probably Something in the Orange. But he's got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard his music.
Yeah, I'm a
But
big fan, but
yeah, no, I mean that's always on shuffle. Yeah, I mean some classic music. It depends on the mood. Depends on what's going on throughout the day. You know.
Facts.
here's a desert island question. You have one album to bring. What are you bringing?
Ooh.
It's got to cover everything. When you're working out on the desert island, when you're relaxing.
Honestly, I don't. There's no like album that like I like fully listen to. Maybe, I mean, it's more like workout music and like stuff. I mean, I listen to Pop Smoke a lot.
Okay.
He's cool. I like listen to when I'm working out. You know.
Yeah.
He's probably like one of the only artists that I know like a album that he has that has like songs on it that I actually listen to. But like
Okay.
aside from that, like it's like a song here, a song there. There's no like
Fair.
specific album. I mean, so obviously some of those old albums, like back at home, growing up, I guess my dad he loves Bruce Springsteen,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
so I know
He's a Jersey
Nice.
guy, right?
Yeah.
He is.
Also an Italian guy.
I'm so glad that the Pennsylvania person is like gone. Yeah, this guy. We gave him the hot sauce. I'm not gonna give it like we asked him, what's his least favorite question? What's his least favorite state? And what do you think he said? He said Jersey, and I just wanted to cry. I didn't even know. Broke my
It's a
heart.
state rivalry between Jersey and at least in wrestling.
It's a one-way rivalry.
Down.
Well, like yeah, but one-way rivalry because Jersey's just better. They just want to be New Jersey. They don't have any beaches. What do they got? They got Philadelphia, I
Yeah,
guess.
Quakers.
Yeah, exactly. And Amish people.
I thought you were from PA.
Oh.
You're from Jersey as well.
Yeah, I am.
Where in Jersey?
I'm from like the Delaware Bridge, the other side.
Oh, who's a PA guy then here?
Nobody.
Nobody here.
Nobody's a PA.
From both
Chicago,
Indiana,
Indiana.
Chicago.
Illinois
Yeah.
side of Chicago. He's from the Indiana side.
I'm near like St. Augustine, kind of.
Got it.
So I'm not. Yeah.
So you're Nace's guy.
I know Nace. I've practiced with him a few times. He's way more near the shore than I am. But yeah, I know Nace.
He coaches at my old high school.
Wall.
Wall.
Yeah, Wall. Yep. He was coaching at Howell, but then and he was coaching at Ryder too. But
Yeah.
he always like
Mhm.
gets moved around. But
Yeah,
I
he
love Nace.
coaches with my dad.
Nace's an intense guy.
Yeah, my dad's the head coach at our high school
Oh shit.
for wrestling, and then Nace is his assistant.
Do you guys know Triumph Wrestling Club?
I do not.
They're pretty good. He's like the head coach there. Like they have guys going to like
I was gonna
UNC.
say, who
and
came out of Triumph?
not Brian Saldana. Sabino Portella.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going to UNC.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but Sabino's great. And then yeah, there's a lot of good guys from that club.
Gotcha.
It's a small world.
Yeah. One thing I've realized, I think, is Andrew. You said you changed high schools.
Yep.
Right. I think what is it? 3 out of 4 guys in, or 4 out of 5 guys in here changed high schools, which is except Connor. But I just found that really interesting.
Oh yeah.
That everyone in here is.
I moved cross country.
Was
That's
it
right.
athletic? Is that the primary reason?
I mean, my family was just moving.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like we moved homes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my dad, he's taught at that school my whole life. So like growing up, like, you know, I guess what was it, every like November to like March, I'd be there in the wrestling room with the guys, like, since I was able to walk, like, just roll, like, legitimately rolling on the mats, like, just hanging out, doing whatever. And then he works with special needs students. So, like, he'd bring me in, like, a lot to classes and, like, hang out, like, so, like, I always wanted to, like, be in that, like, atmosphere. So it was cool. So, like, my sister, she went to Manchester public schools as well with me, and then she went to a arts academy school. So she didn't end up going to the Manchester public school either. But yeah, so we ended up moving, and it all kind of worked well. I think whether I moved or not, I think going to Wall prior to moving was definitely like a thought.
Yeah.
Because my dad worked there, and as well as like I got really close with the baseball coach who was there, and then he actually retired before I got to play for him. But yeah, I mean, Wall it's amazing community over there, but it's nice. It's full of great people. I love it.
Yeah, now that you bring that up, because the other wrestler too, Ethan, also he switched high schools.
Yep.
From 8th of freshman year, he changed schools, and Papsky did the exact same
Change
thing
schools,
too.
yeah. I guess you're one of a kind, Connor.
Yes, I am.
So, what?
Soldier.
Obviously, baseball starts a lot earlier with recruiting than most sports.
Yep.
Like, I feel like it's as soon as you get into high school, you start getting recruited.
Oh yeah.
So, what was that like the recruiting process? Who was the first? What were all the schools that were options? And when did you know that you were coming to Duke, like recruiting wise?
Yeah, so recruiting for baseball happens obnoxiously early. I asked my coach the other day about who were the kids they were going to recruit, because he said he was going to miss a few days of practice, and he was going on a recruiting trip. I asked, well, what class are you looking at now? He said recently they just committed a few 2026 grads, and they're going to look at 2026, 2027 players.
So that's what, sophomores in high school right now?
Mm,
No, freshmen.
That's like 8th grade freshmen.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So, so for me, like, I was like a late recruit, but committed my sophomore into junior year.
That's crazy.
Um,
That is
No,
crazy.
that's late. Yeah, that's like early. in
That's-
wrestling.
You
That-
can't.
that-
You
yeah,
can't
that's
even.
illegal
You
for
can't even
wrestling.
commit. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
even
so
commit until
we
junior
had
year.
probably 3 kids committed to Duke. Either maybe it was like before freshman year or freshman year.
Damn.
I know one of my buddies from back home, he committed before he even had a single day of high school.
Must be nice.
It's crazy. But I mean, it's a way different sport than wrestling.
Yeah.
Baseball, like, you look at projectability, where like wrestlers, like, you can look at a kid in 8th grade and be like, oh, he's gonna be a 125 pounder, and next thing you know, he grows and now he's wrestling, 172.
Gaetano.
That was me. Yeah. I walked into high school, maybe like 117, soaking wet.
Size 3 shoes.
Size 3 shoe. That was another thing. Then by the end of my senior year, I was wrestling 160, weighing about 175. Had a size 10 shoe by that time.
7 shoe sizes through high school.
7 shoe sizes.
That's pretty crazy.
astronomical, even. Yeah. 6 inch. Yeah, I grew 6 inches in high school.
That's wild.
Do you think it's because of the MLB that the recruiting is so early for
I
college?
mean, that's definitely part of it. A lot of players, I mean, don't get me wrong, the draft, you can get drafted out of high school, but to get drafted, you got to be legit.
Mm.
So what they try to do is, like, they want to they want to commit projectable players who propose, like, a promising outlook moving forward, right? So, like, you want pitchers who throw hard. So you meet the kid, he's 8th grade, 5'10". You meet the parents, they're 6'7", and the mom's 6'3".
Yeah.
He's going to be 6'10", throwing 100 miles an hour by senior year,
Yeah.
And obviously that's obnoxious, the numbers that I just said, but, like,
Yeah.
you get the
You
point,
get the
right?
point, yeah.
Where, like, same thing with, like, kids who are fast. You see a player who's really, really quick, and you're like, okay, I can't teach that speed, but I can teach him how to play.
Right.
So, like, you'll see that too. Like, there's a lot of kids, like, freshman year, they'll commit right after a showcase where they ran, like, a crazy time. Like, say, I mean, I don't know, you guys know like 40 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say, a kid in 8th grade ran a 4.7 and he's like pretty fit. And then there's another kid who's, or say even a little bit faster, like a 4.6. And then there's another kid who runs a 4.6 his senior year. Like, it's way different.
Yeah, way different.
Like, it's a way different comparability. Like, that kid in 8th grade, you're going to be like, this kid's going to be good. He's going to get faster as he goes, and I could teach him to play. Like, it doesn't matter. We're like, that kid, as he's already developed, like, you're like, okay, he is what he is already now,
So baseball recruiting is all off just like potential.
Potential. Yeah, like even right now, like we got to practice the other day, first practice. It was literally a mystery of like how good everyone was. Like we all got there, like we all didn't know each other's athletic ability. We know each other personally now, but like we get there and it's like you watch a kid pitch, you have no clue how hard he throws. Mm-hmm. But when they committed him, he was throwing 85, but the kid got him out, he just threw 97 because like throughout that time, like he's gained that much. So you have a lot to prove when you get there.
Yeah.
It's if you want to play, you gotta prove like I'm the guy.
I'm assuming that's got to be almost impossible recruiting. Like
It's tough.
tough.
There's a lot of stuff they look for. I mean, you could see a lot of just like in wrestling, like you see kids have like a natural feel for it, where like another kid for him to become like there could be a kid who has horrible technique, but like he's just a freak athlete, has a really good feel for it.
You can teach it.
And he's already being successful. He might make like dumb mistakes, right? Like he might go for a headlock and like when he doesn't need that, and he gets tossed to his back and he gets pinned, he lost the match, but
he was up 4-2.
Right.
Like third period, a minute left. Why'd he do that?
Right, 100%. Where like in baseball, like you can see kids like their IQ is there and like stuff like that. Like you're like, oh, this kid's gonna be good one day.
Yeah.
So like personally, I'm based on like how my experience went. I went from playing in like a hometown program, which was like okay, it was like a travel ball program. So it's kind of hard to compare for like wrestling clubs, but it was like a hometown program, and then I went to like a statewide, tri-state area wide travel program. And when I went there, they were actually based out of Wall. They're called Niners Baseball Club. And so I started working with a new coach. He basically clean slate all my mechanics, wiped out everything I already knew, and was like, here, this is where we're going moving forward. And like he basically just restructured me. And like after like a year, 2 years working with him, he did like wonders for me. So he changed and it's tough for me to be like, yeah, he completely changed me, because he didn't like change me as a person, like my approach to the game, but like my mechanics, like, and he like almost developed like a feel for the game, like throughout my process of being with him. Like he just advanced my level so much. So I went from probably being like a low Division I baseball player, just an athlete, maybe a Division III player.
Yeah.
Probably going to play in college, to like a legitimate prospect once I would say my sophomore year came, working with him. And that's when I committed to Duke my sophomore summer.
What was like was there like a big like showcase term? I guess your sophomore season,
Yep.
like break out a little bit.
So my freshman year, I had my first offer from Villanova. This was early on. Kind of sat on the offer. Let it sit. Ended up going to some showcases, did well. A few more teams jumped in the mix. My mom, she works at Princeton.
Okay.
So like always like thinking about maybe going to Princeton was always like it was an option. But there was a bunch of other schools. I mean, I have all their contacts on my phone. I can read off some of the like local names. I know like Rutgers I ended up talking to. They had offered me. Some of the schools were like pretty early on, but then like there was a big wide gap of like maybe like a year of where like there was no new schools. It was pretty much like a main like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
NC State was in there early on my freshman year. I went down to a team tournament down in Florida. My first game down there, hit a home run into right field. NC State coach was watching. he ended up going to like my next game. I hit a double,
Okay.
another double,
Yeah.
like great games. And then my third game like went like 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, but he didn't go. He wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it was huge, right? So then like next game, I'm there. Like obviously, I don't know who's watching, but I ended up like calling him on the phone. They set it up with my travel coach. He was like, you can't talk to them until your junior year.
Yeah.
So it has to get set up through your travel coach for like when you want to talk to.
Same thing with wrestling.
Got it.
So there's
Yeah.
like a dead period till your junior year.
Correct.
And so all those kids who commit like freshman, sophomore year, that's all set up through like coaches.
Yep.
So wow.
Right. So like say I'm the player, you're my coach, and he's the recruiter or he's the coach recruiting.
So he's got to talk.
He-
I got to talk to you,
Right.
and you communicate to him.
Right.
So have,
Wow.
have those kids never, has that conversation
That doesn't
never
happen until your
happened?
junior year.
Like
Yes, keep
some
trying.
kids have never talked to the coach like face to face.
Correct. You're not allowed to talk to them face to face unless you go to
And
one
they've
of
already
their
committed.
unless you go to their camp.
Okay.
So like you can go like say Duke, right? Like they host camps.
Yeah.
I can go to their camp and play for them at the camp, and I'll meet them there.
Okay.
But you can't go like up to them face to face prior to pretty much your junior year.
That's
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
crazy.
nuts.
But it'll be like, say you were Duke, right? And like I'm the player you're recruiting, you're my coach. Like you'll talk to him. He'll be like, hey,
This is what
Duke wants to
said.
call you at 7:00. You know, give them a call. Here's
Okay.
his number, and then I'll type in the number. Hey, coach, what's going on? Awesome. Hang up the phone. You know, what time do you want to talk next week? Boom.
Set it up.
We set it up. And that's pretty much the only communication you're gonna do.
okay.
Is getting me his phone number and like
Yeah.
setting that up. But yeah, so I had a long spread of like there was no new colleges that were in the mix. It was like 4, 5, 6 colleges, and then I went down to a big showcase, killed it down there. There was a kid on the mound. He was committed to South Carolina, which is a high level baseball school. And he this is my sophomore year. He grooved me a pitch like middle in. I turned on it, hit it like 100 miles an hour. And at the time, I was like 165 pounds, like 175 pounds, which like for me, like that was literally all I can do with that ball. Like I maximized my, like you couldn't hit a ball harder than that for me at that time. So like I guess that lit up, opened up my options to a bunch of schools at that time. And it was like South Florida, Miami, South Carolina, Auburn, bunch of schools all started reaching out. I know Notre Dame reached out to my coach, Coastal, like a whole bunch of schools. Early on was some of the schools were UVA. Like I was saying, you can go
Okay,
to their
yeah.
camps. I ended up going to UVA's camp.
Okay.
Did well there. Stuff didn't work out. But like all this stuff happened so fast, right? Like I had one good game at a big showcase on a national level, and all these schools reached out, and then I got word that Duke coach wanted to talk to me, and I was like, I just like the feeling of like, holy crap, like Duke wants to talk to me. I knew like right
yeah.
then and there, I was like, if I get an offer from this school, like I'm committing. Like it was a different feeling. So
Had you ever visited the campus? Or did you
yeah,
like-
so I actually went down after that. After they called, they didn't originally offer me on the first call. It was like just talking to me, hey, getting to know you. How you just had a great performance. You had good batting practice, this and that. So, yeah, I ended up going down, checking down a whole bunch of schools. I visited UNC, Wake Forest, Clemson, all down the coast. Me and my dad, we made a trip. We went to Alabama.
Okay, nice.
And then we checked out Duke and like walked on Duke campus. I was like, holy crap, this is where I'm going. Like, if I get an offer from Duke, we're going. Then got a phone call maybe like a few days later. It was like, hey, we want to offer you, give you an opportunity to play at the highest level. I was like, definitely, 100%. Like I'm in.
Done.
And coaches were awesome. They wanted me to call all the other coaches and like thank them for the opportunity, which that was my plan originally. But like,
Yeah.
even just hearing that, like right after you come in, like just knowing like they're respectful of like all the other coaches that are also recruiting me, like it was an amazing process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is kind of the worst part about committing though, is telling all the other coaches, hey, I'm not coming there. That part sucked, but then like after that, like just awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There definitely is something about like Duke's campus. Like when you get here and like you just walk around and like, is that like what you said? That's what happened for you. Like you just got here and like we're looking around and we're like, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one other thing that was pretty amazing for me was like, growing up, I was not really a really fast kid. I actually want to pull up the numbers right here. It might be worth talking about. Yeah. So I wasn't really a quick kid, but I was able to hit. That was like one of my main things, like through Little League, or you come up to the plate and it's like, oh, you know,
He can hit.
he can hit. But like I hit the ball and it's like, all right, I don't know. He's not that quick, so it's fine. Like I have a strong arm, but you know, get on the mound, you don't really know where the ball's going, you know? So like the potential that they see there is like, okay, he has the hit tool, you know? So when you get to like for baseball, when you get to a Division I level, it becomes you know, how can we develop this kid beyond what he already has to offer, right? So, like I was saying, like you can't really like teach speed.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the coaches would tell me like, hey, listen, you need to get your 60 time down below a 7.0. And so like for me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it happen. Like so, growing up, like with my dad being a wrestling coach, like I wrestled through middle school, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
everything, like all that stuff, like. I just that like mental mindset of like, you know, I'm gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
Like we're in double overtime. Like we're rolling still.
Ultimate right
You know what I
Ultimate
mean?
right
Like-
baby, you're not getting out.
or I
just-
am.
Or I am getting out. His case was I'm doing it.
Yeah,
He's out.
Yeah.
and like you guys know like those practices, like just like the mental toughness it takes to get through them is insane. So like, you know, the NC State coaches, they were calling me. I talked to them on the phone for 14 months. Never received an offer.
Wow.
Really.
Talked to them every Tuesday, Thursday for 14 months at 6:30 p.m. for a half-hour phone call.
What were they doing?
Never received an offer, right? So, like,
Yeah.
Crack.
talked to them throughout that 14-month process. And basically, on, like, my last phone call with them, it consisted of, like, hey, I'm making a commitment to Duke. Like, I just want to know, like, what did I need to improve on in your eyes, you know? Like,
Yeah.
where was the holdup, you know?
Mhm.
And because I want to know, like, how can I better myself?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if I
And basically, they were just telling me like it's your speed. Like you're not that quick. Like you're not fast enough. And so, for me at this time, I'll tell you what my 60 times were, as I, because it's all recorded here. So, back in, this is June 9th, 2018. How old are we?
14?
14, 15.
wait.
14 or 15.
14.
Yeah. 15. I'm
Yeah.
18 right now in 2020.
So I'm 14 or 15 at this time. My birthday's in May. So, yeah, let's just say 14.
14.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I ran an 8.260, which is
Okay.
horrible.
That's pretty, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's on. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
really, really bad, right? So, and that was freshman year. And like I was saying, freshman year I just got an offer from Villanova.
Yeah.
So my speed was horrible. Like I was in like the 13th percentile
Oh.
of like all players that are our age, right? So then I ran it again in August of 2019, and I ran a 7.6.
So like half a second off.
Yep.
That's
It's good improvement. Yeah.
major.
Yep. And then I ran it again in June of 2020. And at this point, I was uncommitted. This is when I said I had that big showing at that showcase.
Yeah.
This is when I ran a 7.4.
Okay.
Right? So still at this time period throughout these from 2018 pretty much to 2020 of June to June. Within that time period, I talked to NC State for 14 months out of that time period, right? And they saw me get my 60 from an 8.2 to a 7.4, right? And they still said, listen, you need to be underneath a 7.0 for a 60 time. So basically all Division I position players that play my position, you got to be under a 7.0 to play Division I
What position you
baseball.
play?
Infield.
Infield. Okay.
And so even 7.4 is really slow, right? So, like, I had that great showing. Coach Pollard called me. We were on the phone. And basically what he said to me was he has full faith in my athletic ability, like, everything. He goes, I don't care how fast you are right now. Like, I know who you are as a person. Like, I believe in you. And I want to put all my chips forward in your pot. Like, I'm betting on you. Like,
Yeah.
I know by the time you get to campus, you're going to be the speed that you know you need to be by the time you get here. He goes, I know you're not going to dog it, like stuff like that. Like, we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, I went to speed trainers. I went to athletic trainers. I went to, strength and conditioning coaches, agility coaches. I was doing yoga, like literally everything you
in
can
your power.
imagine
Yeah.
just to get faster, right? And like in the midst of this, like I'm gaining weight, I'm gaining muscle, I'm getting strength. So like that balance of like gaining weight while trying to get faster is like really difficult, right? And then you gotta remember, like this is, a 2 year time frame. So like, and I'm growing a lot. So like really tough, like monkey wrench in the situation of like getting recruited. So, so then I talked to coach, right? So from June 2021 or June 21st, 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I ran the 7.4 and then committed to Duke like that next week.
Yeah.
Right.
August 28th, 2020, I ran a 6.9.
All right, so that's just like a good time.
I
Set the
cut-
time
Yeah.
of-
I cut down half a second in 2 months. Seeing a new speed trainer, turned a corner, just all summer long, grinding, lifting, just trying to do everything I could to get faster. That my transition from 7.4 to a 6.9 as well was I ran the 7.4 on grass and the 6.9 was on turf.
Okay.
Not that that's like a crazy difference, but for me it was like I felt really good once I ran a 6.9 because the NC State coach was just telling me, listen, like we did not offer you because you weren't fast enough. You weren't under a 7.0. And like here I ran a 6.9. Like literally like 2 months later.
I don't want to harp on the NC State coach, but like for him to lead you on for so long, they calls every Tuesday, Thursday, and during this time, like you're making all that improvement, and him not to realize like, oh, he's gonna keep improving. It's honestly just kind of foolish on his part, and I'm happy for you that you got to like kind
No,
of.
I mean, it felt great, right? So I ran a 6.9 in August 28th, 2020, right? So like that's in like your average Division 1, not high D1 speed.
Yeah.
Like it's good enough, right? But I was telling you, like I got recruited for my hit tool. I didn't get recruited for my speed.
Yeah.
But I want it to be fast enough where I can say like, hey, listen, like I want to pose this as a threat as well. Like when I'm on the bases, I'm gonna try to steal.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, hey, listen, he got a hit, nice, he's at first, like big deal, you know. So like then from August 28th, 2020 to July 14th, 2021. So that's a little less than a year. I ran a 6.6, 60.
Now you're just quick now. You're a
So
fast doing baseball,
now-
and you can hit.
For Duke, right? So what they do is in practice, they'll like grade your speed, right? So like when a player gets up to bat, right? They'll be like you have a 1 runner, a 2 runner, and a 3 runner. Your 3 runners are really slow. Your 2 runners are average, and your 1 runners are really fast. And basically, what it is like, say the kid gets a hit to the third baseman. The third baseman now knows like, hey, listen, if it's a 1 runner, I got to pick it up and I got to throw it. I got to get rid of it, or else he's gonna be safe. If he's a 2 runner, I can take my time, get set. If he's a 3 runner, I can basically throw it lefty to first base. That's how slow he is.
Yeah.
So they're telling me I'm a 1 runner now
Okay.
at Duke. So like they consider me like one of the faster players on our team.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, like that's like I feel great about it because like that was like literally my weak spot, right? Like coaches weren't offering me, they weren't recruiting me. They were like, nah, he can't do it because of my speed, And so I felt awesome about it. Like now for our grade here, if we look, my 60 time is the 96th percentile for our grade. And my 10-yard split was 95 percentile. So, like,
So you flipped that from like 13th to
Correct.
90th, like 5th.
yeah, big turnaround. So, like,
So what did you run your first in 8
8.2.
and 8.2? So you cut.
8.2 to a 6.6.
That's a Michael Jordan taking that personal.
That's a
NC
full
State.
second and a half.
And once I got under a 7, it was like you don't need to get any faster because it's going to come over time. Like, you don't really need to happen. Like, I made that happen in under a year. Like, I was like, listen, I'm running a 6.6 because, again, at the end of the day, like, my dream is to play in the MLB.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get drafted. Like, full respect for Duke, love Duke. but it's just like it's a step of my process. It's not my end goal. You know what I mean? Like I'm here, awesome. Like I want to make an impact here. I want to be that guy here. Like I want to help the team out. But like at the end of the day, I want to play in the MLB. So like to play in the MLB, you gotta run a 6'6", you gotta run a 6'5", you gotta run a 6'4".
Right.
Like if you want to get drafted for your speed and like you want to make speed, like you want to be a threat, you gotta run a 6'4". Bottom line, you gotta run a 6'4". And like for me, given that speed was like not my like forte, and like the draft's obviously coming up in that next year as well. Like for me, running a 6'6" a year prior to getting drafted, like being draft eligible. Because I was draft eligible this past summer.
Okay.
So when I ran that 6'6", that was a full year before I was draft eligible. So now all the pro scouts, when they're looking at that, they're like, this kid, we weren't even looking at him because of his speed. Like we were looking at him because he can hit and he can throw. But now, like, let's throw speed in the mix. That makes you more valuable.
Yeah,
So-
you're just increasing your draft stock.
Correct. Yep. Exactly. So like for me, like I really made it a point, like, because again, at the end of the day, like whether I got drafted before Duke or went to Duke, then got drafted. Like at the end of the day, you got to be fast.
Yeah.
If you want to be the best player you can be, like
Explosive.
yeah,
fast.
you got to do everything you can. So I try to make speed a part of my arsenal now. Where like get on the bases, and like my buddies will still like kind of bust my balls about it, like that he's not fast, like this and that. Like get on first.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Then
You know,
post
like
them.
stuff like that. But like those are just like my hometown buddies who
Yeah.
like they know like I used to always be slow. You know?
Yeah.
So like it's pretty cool. Like you were saying, like it definitely lit a fire under my ass when the NC State coach on that final phone call, like I'm floored. Like we were talking the Duke coach, I talked maybe four phone calls and then got, an offer. Where like the NC State coach I talked to for 14 months, twice a week,
I mean,
every
once-
week.
Once again,
That's insane.
That's insane. That's insane that he would lead you on for more than a year.
Yeah.
It sounds like he had really no intention of actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really understand what happened. I know the coach that I wasn't talking to the head coach.
Okay.
It was a lot of this stuff is not
Yeah,
through the head
recruiting
coach. And it actually wasn't their head recruiting coordinator either.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was he was an assistant coach. But again, that doesn't really matter. I mean, like your assistant coach can recruit as well.
Yeah.
You know, and so like if my travel ball coach is like, hey, NC State's assistant wants to talk to you, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Like
you,
I'm
you
gonna
don't
still.
think the assistant's talking to the head coach? Like,
Correct,
he's-
like, still
exactly,
translating
Still
that-
translating the message.
Yeah, no, so it definitely lit a fire under my ass. And like the same thing, like in reports, right? Like after you go to a showcase, they'll write a report like average runner, above average hit tool, good strength, high baseball IQ, overall athletic player, right? But like in my report, like everything was good except for average speed. Like I don't want to be average in any spot.
Yeah.
So like for me, like that was something like I really tried to focus on. And like I'm really proud of what I was able to do. Obviously, I think there's still more to come, but I think speed as well is like something you need to be consistent with. Like for me, I just hurt my back. I hurt it in May. So ever since May, I haven't really done like my usual speed routine, like agility workouts, like stuff like
Have you
that.
felt like a decline in speed?
I haven't really been sprinting much, like at practice,
Yeah.
But like when I come back, I definitely think there's going to be like they might not be able to tell, but personally, I know I'm going to be able to feel like, hey, listen, I got to kick it back into gear. Like I got to get going again.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, the whole recruiting process is crazy for baseball. But once you commit, I mean, I feel like there's two ways to look at it for baseball, at least because you can go professional, right? It's like, am I playing baseball at Duke as my baseball as an in to the education, or am I playing baseball at Duke as my in,
to your career.
right? As my into, developing to become
Yeah.
an even better baseball player. Like, am I looking to go here for, my academic side to it, or am I going because I want to play professional ball? Because they're also a top 25 school in the country. They compete at a high level. I mean, they won the ACC championship 2019. They had a rough season last year, but I mean, our recruiting class is like, I forget what we were, like 11 in the
It was
country.
insane. Yeah, they were posting about it. You guys are really good. All the freshmen.
Yeah, I mean, our freshman class is loaded with pitching, with just, I mean, our average height for our recruits were like 6'4".
Well, they had to screw someone.
But Yeah, that's an interesting like way to look at it because wrestling, no one really like. There's very few, I should say, D1 wrestlers who go to school and be like, this is a stepping stone to
The Olympics.
the Olympics. Like, there might be
And you know who those kids are before they get to college.
Yeah, they're Penn State kids.
They're all the Penn State and like a
Iowa.
few
you
few
get, like
Iowa
two,
kids,
three,
not even all the
maybe
Iowa kids.
4 kids who
Yeah.
look at it that way. Just because, like, the world, there's one guy for the
Yeah.
entire country that makes the world team. And if you're not making the world teams, it's pretty tough to, like, actually make a living off
What's
wrestling.
even crazier is that there's 10 spots for the World Championships and then even less for the Olympics.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
take them away. I
Yeah, they take away what, 4 or 5?
think it's 4.
Take
It's down
away
to
4.
5. They take away 4.
Yeah, they take away
Yeah.
4. So with the MLB, what does that timeline look like for you? So like, how long are you gonna be here, or do you even know, or like what?
You still figuring that out?
Yeah, I mean, I had some talks before coming to Duke, right? So, like I was saying, I was draft eligible this past summer. So, what I kind of had to deal with, like, talking to the pro guys and being like, hey, listen, here's the value for me of a Duke education.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, you know, you guys might have me listed, you know, I think we'll just use a 1 to 10 scale so we don't have to talk money, right? So, like, say Duke's scale is, like, or I value Duke on a 1 to 10 scale of, like, hey, listen, their education's worth an 8. And baseball-wise, you know, the pro guys might have had me valued at, like, a 4. So it wasn't, like, worth signing
Yeah.
to get, you know, a whole bunch of less money than a Duke education is worth. Because you got to remember, like, you come out of Duke, like, you guys know this. You guys are going to come here, like,
Yeah.
I'm not dogging it while I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here, I'm trying to work hard as well in school. So when I get out, say baseball doesn't work out, like, hopefully we're all making 6 figures coming out of here, like, eventually. You know what I mean? Like,
I hope so.
It's gonna be a
Duke
long
degree is
time. till
one
I'm-
hell of a plan B in life.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Graduate
yeah.
with a Duke
yeah.
degree.
So let's just say you work for 20 years after making $100,000 a year, you're $2 million in your pocket. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
now you forfeit that education. You're not going to get $100,000 a year. Are you worth $2 million in baseball? That's what it comes down to. Like, am I going to sign, get $2 million in my pocket, or am I going to go to school and hopefully get drafted again for a lot less money, but also have that education that's worth $2 million? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or God forbid if you went to like AAA right away and you got hurt or something, and then it's all gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think you're definitely playing your cards right and making the most out of the position you're in, which is great.
No, for sure. I mean, coming in, there was definitely a few teams I talked to. I actually talked to pretty much all the teams coming in. But, I mean, talking to all the teams versus a few, it's like, if you're going to get drafted, you're going to talk to all the teams,
Yeah.
even if you're going to get drafted in the last round, right? Because they're all still, every round, they're still the best player of that round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like, hey, this is the best player of the first round. Here's the best player of the second round. Like, so every team has a pick in every round. So they're still going to talk. Like, all 30 teams will call you and scout you, even if they're looking at you in the 17th round.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I basically told them, like, hey, listen, I'm not going to sign for the money you guys are offering. I want to go to school now. And then we have to be here for 3 years. So after our junior year or turning 21. So some sophomores are draft eligible if you're 21. But for me, it'll be after my junior year.
Oh, so once you like choose you want to go to college, you're not draft eligible till 21.
Or after you complete your
Or
junior
after.
season.
Okay.
Yep. And then right then and there,
Okay.
I mean, let's say you were getting like $1 million out of high school for professional baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You go to school, you go through school ball. If like you have like an average school season, you're probably coming out with like $200,000 signing bonus rather than $1 million. But if you go here, you tear it up, you light it up, you're like one of the best players in college baseball, you could sign for $8 million.
So are those like the $8 million players? Are those typically like the best D1 players, or is it high school kids that get signed?
Both.
The first couple
Yep,
rounds,
both.
A mix of both.
Correct.
So like, let's just take last year's example, or maybe the 2019 year for Duke. Who would you say is like the best guy that came out, and what was his amount like right away? Like when he was done, it's like I'm going to the league. What did he get? Like ballpark, yeah. I don't expect you to know. Like,
No, yeah, I mean, I think last year we had a good bit of kids get drafted. Even I know. I know you mentioned 2019, but I know last year only because it's most recent,
Yeah.
right? So there was a kid named Marcus Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
He got drafted in the 4th round, I'm pretty sure, to the Marlins. And I don't know exact figures of how much money he got, but if I had to guess, it'd be around like in that $500,000 range, which is really good coming out of
Yeah.
college ball.
Per year, right?
No, so that's
No.
it's a one-time signing bonus.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'd still take it.
But then once you get that signing bonus, like you still might get like $30,000 a year playing professional ball, in the minor leagues. But then once you make it to the pros, it's like $890,000 minimum to be on a roster. So like even if you're the 40th guy on the roster out of 40, you're sitting the bench, you don't touch the field at all, you're still making $1 million a year.
Yeah, and MLB is where they get paid.
Yeah.
Like
And
Mike-
you got to remember
Mike
about
Trout's
the
contract.
NIL deals that come
No salary
in
cap.
college as well.
True. Yeah, we have to get to that.
Yeah, you got any
Gotta-
deals for you cooking up right now?
No, so I had a few things rocking back at home.
Okay,
You guys ever heard of Bubbacoo's?
I have not.
Really, as a Jersey guy, you haven't heard of Bubbacoo's?
Did they pay you?
No, so it's
Well,
like
then we wouldn't even need to talk about them. I'm just kidding.
no, so I had some stuff I was working on getting with Bubbacoo's, where it'd be like getting paid per month on like a Bubbacoo's card, where like scan the card, eat their burritos, but basically it was like it's like a Chipotle.
Okay.
And it's right next to like my local gym. So I was trying to work out a deal with them where I'd get like $150 a month to go in there, get my free meals. I would go in there like 4 times a week and post it maybe like once a week on my story, like try and get some promotions. But I was working with my advisor and he has he's reached out to some companies. I can read them off to you guys.
Imagine some Chick-fil-A, $150 Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
A red mango would
No,
be.
that'd be dangerous.
God,
for
what I would
us.
do for a red mango.
That'd be dangerous.
Here's some of the companies we're working on. You ever heard of Roback?
I have not.
It's like a nice clothing line brand.
That could be nice.
Untuck It,
I have heard of
Yep.
Tuck It.
yeah, Carhartt,
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Express, men's. Like,
Jared likes some
you ever heard of Express?
A lot of clothing. I haven't really heard of clothing NIL deals.
Yeah.
I've heard
pretty
a
nice.
couple.
Um,
I'd be game for that.
how about you heard of Free Fly?
Yep.
Keaton?
I don't know about that one, but
No, and then like you can also like as you become like a more well-known baseball player, you can also get like your typical like sunflower seed deals, bubble gum.
Yeah, what's the go-to in the dugout for you?
flavor, yeah.
Prior to coming to Duke, there's no limitations for me because we get to Duke, like we play at like the Durham Bulls field, which is like a really nice field. So we don't get to like chew seeds and all that stuff. It's a professional field.
Yeah, keep going.
No, you're good. Back at home though, like chewing seeds all the time, like on the diamond, Buffalo style ranch.
Oh, classic.
Barbecue, little barbecue action.
You're a big barbecue guy.
I love barbecue.
Yeah.
Flower seeds.
I go Buffalo style ranch, cracked pepper. I'll go original. I'm trying to think what else, but I'll do Big League Chew. I like the grape flavor. It's pretty good.
Got some good memories back in Little League going, grabbing some big. Obviously, I'm not your levels. Little League was my peak.
yeah, grape and green apple.
Yep.
No, but it's cool. I mean, the NIL stuff's like it's pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm still like thinking about that type of stuff. I mean, the social platform is the whole idea of it. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm ready to like lock myself in with an exact company. Like, hey, like we're ready to go. Where like I'd like to like talk to them. Like, there's no one company right now where I'm like, this is it. This is the one. Like, I would want to like talk to them. Like, make sure they're bought into me, and then I buy into them. You know.
That makes sense. It's smart. I mean, yeah, I think we all would like that.
It's hard as a baseball player because, like, everyone for like football, okay, like everyone wants the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for baseball, like everyone wants the pitcher or they want the shortstop, but like no one cares about the first baseman or the third baseman or
That's
So-
messed up. It's messed up.
It's all based on your social platform.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like that's literally all it is. Like, how many followers do you have on your social platform? That's all it comes down to. For
it really is.
I mean, yeah, they were telling us that you can be like you can never see varsity, but if you have like 10,000 followers, you're gonna get the NIL deal because that's all they care about.
yeah, well, you think about
And it can't be performance based at all.
No, it can't
Like
be.
that one quarterback at LSU, he signed, I want to say it was like $100,000 worth of NIL deals. He lost his starting spot in camp this summer, and it was his senior year. He just stepped away from football. He's like, "Oh, I'm not starting. I don't need to be here." Those NIL deals though can't be performance based, so they still owed him the $100,000 for that year.
Yeah.
So he kind of won the system there.
there's definitely some bigger deals though that are rocking for some baseball players. Like there's definitely some that have some profit coming in. I know like some kids that were like big names, like I was talking about that, hey, they should probably get drafted,
Yeah.
and then they didn't get drafted. Those kids that are like big named definitely could be making like $150,000 through deals right now, which is a lot of money.
In
Yeah.
college,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, like the transfer portal, even in wrestling, it's almost like a bid.
Boy, Real Woods.
Yeah, Iowa
he-
and Penn State. Yeah,
He transferred from Stanford to Iowa, and then the next day
He had a
signed to
six-figure deal.
Yeah, had
Yeah.
a six-figure NIL deal. It's basically free agency, but
yeah,
more power. Might as well have money.
yeah. I mean, hey, maybe that's the end goal of this
Hey,
podcast:
that's that-
platform
it's
for
that-
athletes to
Izzy
get
style wrestling over there.
some money. But so our next thing is, and this is something that I don't know about like on your official visits, but on our official visits, a big thing that was preached to us is you're gonna have to sacrifice something if you're gonna be a college athlete, and primarily it's gonna be either your social life, your athletic life, or your academic life. And Gaetano added sleep because I guess you can sacrifice that too. So in your experience, what would you say out of those four things you've had to sacrifice the most of? And you can say none if you feel like you've found a balance, but for us, I think we all had to like sleep has been rough sometimes. And then, the social aspect has been a little rough sometimes. So what would you feel like yours is so far?
yeah. I mean, for me, I think social. The only reason I want to say that because I don't mean it in the way of like my friends and the people that are here and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
going to the football game or that sort of stuff because that's not really what I'm talking about. Like for me, my growing up, like my family was like probably the most important thing in my life, right? So like we are very family oriented. Like everything we do, my family's there. Everything, there's something. My cousin has a dance recital. We're there.
There.
My sister has a performance going on. We're there for it. I got a baseball game. They're all here. Like my grandparents, they're not gonna. I mean, they're in New Jersey. They're not gonna miss a single game in the spring.
Yeah.
They're gonna be down here every
That's
single
awesome.
game. And like, I would say, the social aspect that I lose a little bit is the communication with my family because there's legitimately not enough time in the day from like waking up, working out, practicing, sleeping, classes, walking from class to class, doing homework, to study hall, to just everything else in between, right? Like eating.
Yeah.
To, in one day give my grandparents, my parents, my sister, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, and like close family friends, like there's legitimately not enough time in the day to give all of them a phone call in one day.
Yeah.
So like I might talk to my mom today. I might talk to, my dad tomorrow. I might talk to my grandparents, on Monday. And I might in between get a call from my sister or something, but like for me, like not being able to, talk to everyone, pretty much like multiple times a day. Like I'll see usually at home, like in high school, I'd see like my grandparents, every other day, whether it's the grandparents on my mom's side or my dad's side. Obviously, I grew up with my sister, so I'd see her literally every day, and my parents every day. My aunts and uncles are everywhere. They're awesome. They're cousins. So like definitely that's a big transition. I mean, we go out to eat all the time with my family. Like being down here and like not having a home cooked meal is definitely hard. But like I would say social life for me, as in like my social life with my family,
Okay.
has been like the biggest sacrifice.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of all starting to feel that right around now. Like, starting to miss them. Like, it's been a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
while.
But yeah, I mean, that's good though. That like you're balanced. otherwise, and that like, and it's nice to miss your family because your whole life you've kind of just like taken advantage of them always being there, and I feel like this experience has really made you like appreciate what you have. You know what I mean? Like being
100%.
from home and
This is the longest I've ever been away from like
Yeah.
West Lafayette, Indiana.
I was gonna say, I think I have a little
Yeah.
bit more experience with being away from family than the rest of you guys. Like when I was in Florida, it was me, the two twin brothers that I was staying with, their sister, their older brother who plays football at University of Miami, and another kid that they were hosting, Miles, who's shout out to Miles, he's in Cornell now, and yeah, I mean, I was just away from my family for 6 months, and it was just us basically. Like every once in a while, the parents were home. Sometimes they had like big meetings wherever they were, but a lot of the time we were kind of fending for ourselves, going to practices, making sure we had our work done. So in that regard, I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like
a little bit more
a
experience.
little bit more experience. I feel like my parents are more experienced too, because like
Yeah.
I remember then it was calls multiple times a day, every day. I'm like, Mom, you can't call me like I'm doing homework. Like I gotta get shit done. And like I feel like now she understands that a lot more.
yeah. So you were kind of we'll do two more things. We'll do this next question I'm about to ask in the hot sauce segment because we're kind of got a lot of good stuff in today. But so you were talking about how busy you are. So just like run us through a day in your life, like from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Like what's going on? What do you got to do?
Yeah, I
What's
mean,
going on?
it's probably easier for me from an athletic standpoint to give you what a day in life high school was.
Okay.
Because like here I'm not full force, but I can get both.
Yeah, go for it.
I guess day in the life. Let's do here first. Wake up around say anywhere between 7 and 9, depending on when my first class starts. And some days it starts at it's an 8:30 class. Some days it's 10:15 class. But get food on East. Go to the marketplace. Eat. Go to class. Class some days ends at 11:30. Some days ends right at 3. But 3:30 we have practice. The days that I've class that ends at 11:30, I'll go to study hall in between. But practice from 3:30 to 7. Lift is 6 to 7 of that practice, and then afterwards grab food on West and head back. Do homework. Sorry. Yeah, that's pretty much my day here. It's a lot, but I mean I enjoy it. I mean you guys are really busy too, but
Yeah.
my days in high school were definitely like way more impressive. Like Matt, like I was just saying, like I had to make a big transition of like I had to turn like obviously I was very like I'm naturally talented in the sport, but like not like half the other kids here. I have to like my advantage is like my strength, my feel for the game, obviously my strength and like my ability to hit and like my baseball IQ, right? So like for me to like make the most out of that, I had to legitimately like get as physically fit as I could. So like I had to gain weight, gain muscle, gain strength, like gain speed, everything I could before I got here, because when I get here, I want to make an impact. I don't want to get here and then be like, oh, this is what you need to do to get better. This is what you need to do to get to this level. I want to get here and them say, like, you're ready. Let's go. So every morning, sophomore year, actually it was like end of freshman year, I would say it was started maybe freshman winter till all the way through high school. This is me not being in season. Wake up. Alarm would go off at 4:15. Be at the gym at 5. Lift from 5 to 6:30. Shower at the gym. Walk to school. School starts at 7:20. After school ends around 2:00, and then walk back to the gym. It's right there. Lift from like 2 to 3.
So you'd go 2 days of lifting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at him.
No, I'm serious though. Like, and it wasn't just me. It was like me and like 6 other kids that we would all be on the same routine.
All baseball players?
No. Not all
Okay.
baseball players, but baseball, football, lacrosse. Yeah, so we'd lift from 2 to 3, sometimes 2 to 3:30. Come back, eat something. Speed and agility from 3:30 to 4:30. Then I'd be done pretty much for a little while. Eat, shower up, chill, homework, and then I'd go hit from like 7 to 10.
Wow.
That would be like maybe like 4 days a week, maybe 5, depending on like there's a lot of volume there, right? It's like
Yeah.
2 lifts, a speed training, and baseball, right? That would be like a winter day. You know, a winter Monday, come in, I'm up at 4 a.m., 4:15, alarm goes off, in bed, sleeping at 10:30. You know, ready to do it again the next day. Like 8 hours of sleep, not even close. Never. Go to sleep, wake up early, boom, ready to go.
So that's not a lot of sleep at all. But did you ever notice that at all?
No, I mean it never really bothered me. Some days I would get to bed early. Like there would be a day like rather than lifting a second time, might hit like a yoga session, and you know might take that day to recover. Rather than hit real late, I'll throw early.
Okay.
You know, could get to bed early. And that's why I said like four times a week maybe I'll be out late, like 7 to 10 at like a late practice. But I would say throughout that whole period, like getting my meals in was good. Like my meal, like I would eat before the gym, I'd eat after the gym. Like I'd eat protein bar before the gym, maybe 2, lift, come back, you know, eat a full breakfast, shower, get ready for school, like whatever it is. Then go and when I say come back, this is when I started driving, right? So now instead of walking to school, I'd drive
Get to drive.
home, grab food, you know. So this is around, I guess, junior year when I was able to drive home, grab a full, you know, breakfast, make an omelet, like pancakes, something to like substantial for the day, some toast, and then shower, do my thing. Then on the way to school, get like a breakfast sandwich, like eat up. Then like 10 o'clock, get lunch.
Big Wawa guy?
Yeah, big Wawa guy.
Yeah. Get a little sizzly action?
Yeah, definitely.
Get
And
the,
then,
get the NIL Wawa going. That'd be great.
ooh, that would be solid. Yeah, no, but then after school, like eating before the gym, eating after the gym, like dinner, shake before I go to bed, like it's unbelievable. Like I know it sounds like a really busy day. It probably sounds like unbelievable, but like I've documented like almost every single day on my phone. Like I got pictures here. I could show you guys every single day I woke up. Like
Okay.
probably from freshman year, I took a picture on my phone. Like almost, I'd say probably like, at least maybe twice a week when I was doing it. Like I wake up at like 4 o'clock, 4:02, like
Just
4:15.
Snap a picture. Like
Snap a
alarm
picture,
clock,
swipe
screenshot.
over till it had the, and then go. Like there'd be days too. Like I'd go lift at our school as well beforehand. Like say the day I slept in late on accident, like wake up at 5:30 and be like, damn, missed the alarm. Like
Yeah.
drive to school, go lift at the school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get done lifting at 6:45, 7 o'clock. Quick shower, like bells ringing at 7:20.
Now, when did you get homework done?
So for me, like during high school, like I would do it all in class.
Yeah.
Oh, do you get it all done?
Yeah, like I would never come home like 2 hours of work. Like no, getting it done like on my work.
Like between classes, in classes. That's yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was smooth. And like what was really pushing me is like I was saying, there's a lot of kids that played at a high level where I came from in whatever sport they played.
That environment already.
Yeah, like there would be days I'd go to sleep, it'd be like 9 o'clock, right? 9 o'clock on like a Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday, just did full day, right? 9 p.m. Like did a full day Monday, did a full day Tuesday. My body's shot. I'm tired. I'll get a text at like 9:30, like I'm laying in bed, like whatever it is. My body would be like picking you up at 4:15, be ready, like let's eat, like let's go, like fired up, like a bunch of emojis. I'm just like I'll be like, dude, maybe we should take a day off, like blah blah blah. He'll be like, day off, question mark, like you want to be great or you just want to be good? You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Just having those people around you.
Yeah.
Accountable.
Totally. Like right now, like one of my buddies who was probably one of those 5, 6, he's back at home right now. He's actually at a junior college near home. He was texting me, the biggest thing is that he's struggling with right now is that the rest of us are all away. And he doesn't have not one of us there that's like holding him accountable, like for that extra rep on bench,
Yeah.
extra rep on squat, running that extra mile after practice, or like, whatever the case is, like that pushing your mental capacity and that mental toughness like beyond your limit. Like, if all 5 of us, drop down doing push-ups right now, and we went push-up for push-up, right? Like I do 1, you do 1, you do 1, you do 1. We go in a circle. I do 2, 2, 2, 2.
Clock.
Like realistically, like I'm gonna like the only time I'm stopping is like I physically can't push myself up, like
Yeah.
because I'm gonna look left and right, and not one of you guys are gonna stop.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it's like after practice, like, during the wrestling room in high school, right? We had a kid who went to the state tournament. He made it to New Jersey States. Another kid fell short. He took 5th in the region, right? And this kid, that whole year, after practice, those 2 kids went on the pull-up bar. We had a pull-up bar in our room. Those 2 kids went on the pull-up bar. The kid who went to States would do pull-ups first. And the kid who took 5th in the region would go after him. And the kid would do 1 more pull-up than him every time.
Every time.
Every single time. The kid who went first, who went to the States the year prior, he'd go on the pull-up bar again after him, do another set. The kid would stay after, do 1 more rep than him. Literally, it was one of the most like,
Petty.
and they wouldn't,
Love it.
it wouldn't be like, all right, guys, look, these 2 kids are doing their pull-ups now. I'd be like, all right, we just practiced for 2.5 hours, 2 hours. We break. Everyone goes to the showers. These 2 kids stayed, and they're on the pull-up bar. Like no one's in the room. Lights are out. We all cleaned up the mats, everything. Boom.
Yeah.
They're up on the pull-up bar right now. Like, and looking up on top of the pull-up bar is a picture of Atlantic City.
God, this is the most Jersey thing I've ever heard, and I love
cold.
it so much. Was Nace the coach then?
My dad and Ace.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that those practices were hell too.
Yeah.
I can promise
How
you.
many fights happened at your practices? Because I know at Izzy, we had a lot of fights break out. Like someone would club hard, and another dude would go for a club, but it's really just an uppercut. And then at the same time, it'd be an underhook now. That's the uppercut. And then the club is just a hook. And we just start banging. And then, like, coach would, like, laugh at it. Just be like, who's going to win? Who's going to win the fight? Who's going to win? And it's just, like, we had some times. But how about you guys?
No, I mean, I didn't really wrestle, like, too competitively in high school. It was more like middle school for me, right? So, like, it was more club work because in Manchester, where I first went to for middle school, my old town, they didn't really have a real competitive team, and my dad wasn't a coach there. Like, I bought into it, but like,
Yeah.
it wasn't really much. There
Yeah.
might have been 15 kids on the team, and
It's
we
like,
had one
it's like
mat.
a high school feeder club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once we got to high school, like they're legit, they're competitive, and like I would go to every single match, wouldn't miss a match. Like it's something else, and like just like even that, like this whole having wrestling in my life has just like made me like a different person, a different athlete. Just like it's crazy. Like I'm not wrestling on your guys' level. Like I wish I could, but like just like seeing that kid, like I really like I lost, because I went out there in my in the blood round and got tossed on my back and didn't place. You know what I mean? Like that kid did 1 more pull up than him every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, like motivation behind that for me is just like unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And like you see kids like sit there and like complain like, oh, like in baseball, like, oh, like my arm's sore, I can't pitch today, or oh, like this is tweaked, I can't do that, or whatever it is. Like if I complain about something, I'm hurt, like I'm injured.
Yeah.
Other than that, like the mental toughness I've gotten through wrestling, like I'm not saying 2 peeps about a single thing we're doing.
And in wrestling, it's also like if you lose, that's because you're not good
Better.
enough.
Because you're not better.
Yeah, you're not better than the other person. Like most other team sports, like I played football. If we lost, like sometimes quarterback had a bad game, blah blah blah. If you lose wrestling, you're just
It's on
simply
you.
not as good. It is on you that you lost, which is a really sucky feeling, but it happens.
I'm not looking
it's,
forward to
I
this,
think
dude.
it's
So next is the hot sauce portion.
Oh,
We're all gonna do a little bit of it here. And
All right, how much of this hot sauce I gotta put in?
we'll just do a little bit. We'll do we'll let you fill your spoon. Not fill, but like put as much as you want to be in the spoon.
Like realistically, you guys might be lucky if I get a drop on this thing.
We'll let you hold yourself accountable. You just told us about your pull-ups, or the pull-up story. And I'll put mine on first, and then I'll let you gauge. So that way we can do a little pull-up thing. Like, will you do the same as me? That's what we'll do.
Or you can just get one more drop in there.
Actually, let's have Connor go first.
Are we gonna go? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm terrible with spices.
That's why I'm saying Connor goes first.
I have a fork.
Am I on the fork?
Then we'll let Andrew go.
Okay.
Then we can.
Right.
Then I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go last.
Alright, you'll
Because
go
I
last.
mean,
And what
Smell it real
is?
quick. Shake it up.
So I do this, and then you spit out questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you some questions. And they're not controversial, but they're just like
They're like hot take.
they're edgy-ish. Like nothing's gonna get you in trouble.
not even edgy.
They're not even edgy.
I got an extra one too.
Okay.
I'm thinking about.
You don't need to shake it up.
He told me to shake it up.
All the spice settled on the.
I don't really. I had it once. And it was not. Pleasant.
All right, that's a drop.
All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna take like half.
Is that
of
enough, or am I
I don't know, man.
a coward?
I can't even see it.
Oh.
All right. I'll
Those have been
take.
missed.
I'll
Those
take
have
what's
been
on
missed.
there.
No, that's way too much.
I'll take that. So that's what I'm doing.
You're licking it?
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't do this, bro.
You can.
It smells.
Did you do it?
All right. No, we'll do it at the same time. Hold on.
Oh,
But yeah,
all
put
of
yours
them.
in.
all of us. Relax.
Yeah.
I don't have a.
I'll go.
You just got.
God, it smells hot.
Of the bottle.
It smells painful.
I'm doing like.
Oh, there's another 14.
Oh, you're unbelievable. Dude.
I don't think.
Gaetano.
See Italian in them.
Yo, I don't have any of mine. I gotta get some after. No. You.
No. You go first.
Yo, let me take some off of yours.
Yeah, he's got enough for all of us over there.
All right. So we're all doing.
This is how much I'm doing.
That's fine.
that's
That's
good.
fine.
I'm not doing hot salt. Like, yeah.
Ready?
All right. Hey,
3.
cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers it up.
3, 2, 1. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. That is so. Okay. Question number 1.
Oh, that,
What is your least favorite state?
Soft.
dude. Oh my god, I'm dying.
So bad.
Oh.
Where's the cap?
Yeah.
What was the question?
What's your least favorite state?
Skip. I don't know.
What's the worst D1 baseball program?
Oh, there's the hiccups.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Some answers.
What's your least favorite D1 baseball program?
There's one right answer here.
NC State.
I guess there's two, right?
UNC and NC
Yeah,
State.
he's got.
What's your favorite place on campus? And why?
I keep hiccuping.
I'm crying. This is so bad.
The weight room.
Oh, great answer.
What's your least favorite class and why?
Ethics. It's a lot of work. A lot of writing.
I'm in an ethics class. A lot of work.
What is your ideal day off? Ideal rest day?
Sleep.
A train's going to hit an old lady or a kid. Are you going to kill the kid, the old lady, or both of them?
I'm taking the hit.
That is not an option. You have to.
No, that's a goddamn great answer.
But then, okay, so all 3 of you die then.
No. I'm picking them up, moving out of the way.
Okay.
Taking the hit.
You have the picture? Oh, no, we'll skip that one. You have to take one group into war. Are you picking dwarves, hobbits, midgets, elves, or leprechauns? And why?
Dwarves, hobbits, what?
Midgets, elves, or leprechauns?
Dwarves.
Why?
I don't know. It was just the first one that came to mind.
All right, last question. Be honest with me. If there was a wrestling tournament among the baseball players, who is winning? Are you coming out on top?
Oh, it's not even close. Not even close.
Who dares step on you? Who gets second?
My roommate, Roman DiGiacomo, catcher.
Roman
Oh,
gets
Roman.
second.
Roman's a dog.
Catcher, yeah. No, he's a beast.
All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Maybe I have to make him sign it.
Yeah, we have to make you sign. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in right now?
Honestly,
He's like at a 4. What do you mean?
nah, it stings pretty good. My tongue's rocking, but I had a tiny spoon full of that.
Dude, I'm fighting.
Where am I going? Anywhere?
I'm fighting demons.
Anywhere.
Yeah. So write number 2 next to your name because you're our second guest. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And when you make it big someday, we'll make sure we have.
What's today's date?
Today's the October 1st.
10-1.
Dude, I'm dying.
Yeah, dude, I'm in a lot of pain.
I try to not let it hit my tongue too much.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
right,
honest.
yeah.
I put it right up.
Thanks for coming on. That's the end.